Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And the video and audio that you are seeing and hearing right now is coming to you direct from the S220 Solo. Not so bad, huh? You know what? Enough talking about this product. Let's get right into the review. Here we have Eufy's newest security camera out there, and this is the S220 Solo. What's cool about this, of course, you can see that very big solar panel on top, and they say if you get 3 hours of sun per day, this thing will stay charged for an entire year. That's pretty cool. But let's talk about the name. It's the S220 Solo. So that means you can either use this as a standalone, meaning you do not need any other thing that Eufy sells, or you can tie this up with your home-based 3. I like the ability to be able to just have a camera or tie it to my existing home base. I should point out that if you do not have the home base 3 and you are doing the standalone, you don't have access to all the things on the app, such as the AI detection software. This item was sent to me for review. It retails right around $130. What I can tell from the box is it has 2K resolution, about 135-degree viewing, and an IP67 weather rating. Let's open this up to see what it looks like. Here we are unboxed. I should say it came with a mounting hardware, some screws. It also came with a charging cable, directions, and of course our S220 Solo. I'm really quite surprised with the design of this one because this is their newest one to market, but not that long ago I actually reviewed the S330 or the Eufy Cam 3, and just look at the difference of these two cameras. The S330 is more sleek and narrow, where it looks like the S220 is just bigger and thicker. Of course, they both have those matte solar panels. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take off all these stickers off the Eufy S220 Solo, and we're gonna hook it up and start it up with our app and try it out. Here we are, we've opened up the app. You can see all my Eufy devices here. Let's push add. This is a battery camera. So now we're gonna find the S220. Oh look, it's all the way down here on the bottom. It is new. Well, I am gonna probably do my HB3. Let's hit next. After we click next, we had to select our Wi-Fi network, and it has to be a 2.4 gigahertz network. Just make sure of that. Now we're supposed to sync this, and I'm gonna sync it to my home base. So what I'll do is on the bottom here, there is a sync button, and I'm supposed to push that for 2 seconds and wait till I hear a beep. I heard the beep. Let's hit next. After I click OK here, the screen's going to show me a QR code to which I'm going to have the S220 Solo in front of the phone, and we should sync up with our home base 3. We just scanned the QR code and it told me that it was connecting to the Wi-Fi network and I should wait, so we'll see what happens. You can see during this time that we are blinking blue on the front of the S220 Solo.
Failed to connect to the network. Please try again.
Well, my first time connecting, it was a failure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move one of my mesh units closer to here during the install process. I brought the mesh network right here, so this broadcasts my internet that goes throughout the house, and look at that, it worked. So that just tells me that you need to keep this close to your internet router, or at least relatively close, for it to work. Let's click next. This screen, we're really just going to be naming it, so I think I'm just going to do, I already got one that says backyard. Oh, let's customize it. And we'll say front. So I've named this front yard too, since I already have a front yard. Let's hit next. These are just some of the settings we have. Click through. So now it wants us to fully charge our unit before trying it outside. There are a series of tips and tricks that Eufy provides, where to install it, how to install it, the angle and such, so pay attention to those. I do notice there is a firmware update, so we are going to update it right now. As the firmware is updated, I'm going to show you the installation that I'm going to do. It's just interesting. I just put the S330 in, and this connector is actually different. So we're going to start by unscrewing this. I mean, there's some similarities, but I thought they would be more similar than not. All right, so this stuff all comes out. These two larger holes, whoops, the two larger holes here is what you're actually going to screw your screws through into wherever you're going to put it. I think I'm going to put mine on a fence post. Then you slide this plastic piece right back in. Yep, just like that. All right, so this ball right here is actually going to go onto there. And as you screw this in tight, that's what's going to hold the S220 in place. Of course, this piece right here will screw right into the back of the camera. I say one thing I like about the S220 mounting hardware as opposed to the S330 is if I wanted this to go up and down, I have to have this particular cut opening in a certain direction, whereas this one I can have it go any which way. I do like that. See, on here, I can't go left, I can't go right, I can't even go up. I can only go in the direction where the opening. So that to me is an upgrade. I'm going to go outside and install this, but I want to talk a little bit about some differences between the S330 and the S220. So the S330 actually can run video up to 4K, whereas the S220 can only do video up to 2K. Also, the S330 has this little tiny floodlight on the top, which can provide its own colored night vision, whereas the S220 does not. Now, this does have the capability for colored night vision. You just have to have a different light source. Otherwise, it's going to be that grayscale type of night vision. I think Eufy does that to save on battery power, but I just wanted to point those two differences out before we go install. Just because I wanted to check, the connectors do work for both cameras, and the only reason I checked that is because you might have a 4K S330 somewhere that you want to swap out with the S220, and you don't actually have to move your mounting hardware. That can stay. I want to walk you through some of the issues that I've been having. First and foremost, it's important that you have this within a strong Wi-Fi zone. I had it about 250 feet away from my Wi-Fi router and the home base 3. And although I could see things and hear things, it was pretty choppy both on video and audio. So I brought it back within about 100 to 150 feet. And that's what you're seeing right now. So just make sure you have a good Wi-Fi signal wherever you put your camera. That's regardless if you're doing it as a standalone or you're connecting it to your home base 3. However, I want to know, what are your thoughts of the S220 Solo? Something you would use? Not so much? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Here I'm showing you that 135 angle view. You can tell you have a wide angle from left to right of viewing area. It's been storming here for a few days. We finally had a break in the storm, so I wanted to show you some footage here. Right now, I'm sitting about 15 feet away from this camera. I showed you some footage in this video during the day, but this is sort of like a dusk time. It's going to be nighttime or dark here in about an hour or so. Like I said, I'm about 15 feet away, so this is what you can expect. As I get closer here to about 10 feet away, things become more visible. And of course, when I get up and close to right around 5 feet away, it's definitely the clearest. I just wanted to give you just a view of what it looks like all around your yard. We're going to do the same test that we did during the day. And of course, this is at night. Right now, I'm 15 feet away from the S220 Solo. So if I come a little closer, now I'm 10 feet away. You see there's a huge difference between the daytime and the nighttime. There's even a huge difference if there's an external light source, because when there's color involved, you can see things a whole lot better. But at least I know that someone's there. Let's keep coming a little closer. Now I'm about 5 feet away. And of course, you know who I am, so you can see me. I just wanted to show you what it looked like at night. Eufy recommends that you mount these between 7 and 10 feet off the ground. Therefore, you get the best viewing of the area. Plus, they recommend having the solar-powered cameras at about a 15-degree angle, so you get the most amount of sun exposure to that solar panel. In this video, we were looking at the Eufy S220 Solo. So what did I think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. It's right there at about $130. And I first thought, man, that seems like it's a lot of money. But if you look at all the tech that is crammed right in this camera, it's actually a pretty good deal. I did do some research and looked at other cameras with similar features, and the prices were right on par. I've used Eufy's products for a little while now, so I've been utilizing their app for all of them, of course. And for me, the app seems pretty user-friendly, but I get it. If you're looking at it for the first time, it might seem pretty confusing. I did read a few Amazon reviews where they were concerned about the app not being very intuitive. What I like about Eufy and their app is they keep updating it, providing you with more features. I didn't show it in this video, but there's actually a privacy setting where you can set up your camera to view whatever and block out a portion of it if you don't want that part within the recording. That to me is pretty cool. I've only used this camera for about a week now before posting this video, and during my time the battery is held up strong. And I really like that all it needs is about 3 hours in the sun to maintain that battery, and they say it's supposed to stay charged for a long time. They say 3 hours every day, you keep it charged for more than a year. It does have a 6,500 milliamp battery installed, so like I said, I've had no issues with the batteries, and every day it keeps charging all the way up. So I think that's a great option, having these solar panels.
I like that this was a standalone unit, or it could be used with your home base. That was really convenient to me because some people may just want to try out security cameras, and that gives them the opportunity. However, I said before, in order for you to do the advanced features like the AI, you have to tie it to your home base. As I was reviewing the videos and watching the different clips and footage that I filmed, I noticed that there was a little bit of a glitch going on. You actually saw some of that in this video where I would be talking, but my mouth's not moving or I'm not moving. I did notice that, and some of that has to do with the distance between the camera and your home base or your Wi-Fi, so that's something you need to take into consideration as well. Anyway, that was my full review of the Eufy S220 Solo. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.
I wanted to show you the difference between the color night vision and the black and white night vision. So what I have here is one of my Jack & Lux e-bulbs, or an emergency bulb. They work when the power's out, and so I'm simulating having some sort of a light source here, but watch this. I'm going to turn the lights out. And just like that, the Eufy cam switches over to the typical night vision. I do like that it has this feature to do one or the other, except like I said before, you have to provide your own light source.
I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Eufy S220 Solo. You know what? Not that long ago, I also reviewed the S330, which is the Eufy Cam 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you right here. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.